don't think that it's a stretch for me to say that there's no shortage of amazing talent in this industry. I've had the privilege of getting to speak to a lot of that amazing talent. So it begs the question, why isn't there more amazing work?
Right? It's an amazing question because, I'm really proud to be in this industry. We do lots of great work, but regular people don't like advertising.
Yeah.
Even as a consumer, when I'm going about my life, I don't like advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? Because most of it is really terrible.
Yes.
Like 99.9% of it is really terrible.
Preach.
Now we can get into our own world, or just coming back from the Cannes Lion Festival, and we see the best of the best, and that's amazing. But as Juan reminds the audience every night, there's 33,000 entries and only 3% are shortlisted, and only, the numbers, it gets really small. So there's not actually that much great work. Now, the interesting thing is when advertising or any type of marketing communications in the world are great, people do talk about it, right? It does get covered on late night. It becomes content.
Yeah.
And, we talk about it at Rethink as the cocktail party test. We're always trying to pass the cocktail party test of like, what's something that people would talk about at a cocktail party? Or like, did you see that thing? Did you share this, that type of thing? But I guess back to your assertion, like, yeah, there's tons of great talent, not enough good work. And so you're right. We spend so much time working on strategic models and strategic thinking, which is vital and it's critical.
Of course.
And we spend tons of time on creativity and fostering that and setting the conditions. Arguably, I'd say we don't always set the right conditions for that. What we don't spend enough time on is the actual relationship. We think that two parties or multiple parties are going to rock up together and then all of a sudden create magic. And it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And I think there's kind of lip service and really kind of the first level of attention paid to it. A lot of just pleasantries and motherhood statements of, let's work on the relationship and let's get a beer. And that's great, but I would assert that's not enough. And at Rethink, so much of our success comes from, I'll stand behind the brilliance of our creativity and the brilliance of our strategy. But the third ingredient that helps bring that together is really doing some serious work on the relationship in order to set the conditions for repeatable success.
Yeah. And I think a lot of this comes from, it's very funny that we forget this, but like every other human out there is exactly like you. They have an inner world, they have baggage, they have a past, they have a lot more things going than they're going to bring to a small talk conversation.
Right.
And I think that isn't acknowledged at all. When a brand and an agency come together for the first time, it's not like they just came from the ether and are now like, oh, well, what's advertised? Like, what is that kind of element of balancing like real talk with like, there is still a client and service provider relationship there. So like, what is the mindset to get beyond that? Let's have a beer. Oh, you like this team?
Right.
Oh, I like that team,
Well, it requires, like, I believe, a high degree of openness and vulnerability to create that psychological safety. Now I'm using lots of like buzzy words, but we
really,
actually don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, so this, coming together of a client and an agency, or two individuals, let's use like real people. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
And just like dating, we go about our lives, and I'm married now, but as you're single and looking for a partner, you bring all of the baggage from your past relationships, all of the wounds, all of the heartache, the criticisms that you maybe received, and you're bringing that, unless you've processed it, and lots of people do, and they do that in their personal lives with therapy or with friends or talking it out.
Sure.
They bring that to the party, and so there's this always going to be in the way. Like, it would be nice to meet you, but I can't actually get close to you because there's my heartache, my upset. And as it relates to a marketer and an agency, if you're a client, I'm bringing I was misled by my agency. I was let down. I was disappointed. Whatever. The list is long. And as an agency, it's, they're never going to trust us. I hate when people start with trust. Trust is, I believe, built over time.
Yeah.
in most cases.
Mhm.
And unless that is processed in a healthy way beyond just let's get to know each other and what do you like to do on your weekends, that's cool, but that's that's not going to actually that's going to get you there
Right.
consistently. If that work isn't done, then you're just kind of left at square one. It's where most agencies are,
Yeah.
and clients for that matter. And because funny thing is, nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I want to make really shit work today, right? Like,
Exactly, precisely. I'm gonna be as mid as I can
Yeah.
today. Like,
people, I assume positive intent that everybody wants to do great work. So this is like a thing worth talking about. So appreciate the invitation.
yeah, no, and and like, yeah, some things are cliche because we keep talking about it, but we don't make any progress on it.
Right.
So why should we stop talking about it? You know what I mean? But a lot of times in these interviews, it's just very funny that like good business practice and like good like mental health kind of really dovetail into each
Totally.
other, and you could see a person's like journey of self-discovery and like a brand trying to clarify their purpose. A lot of that stuff dovetails in, so I'm
Right.
very glad that we kind of are bringing the human element to all of this.